Hello and welcome to Lingua Franca English. I am Anupam Dattarai. Today I'll be talking about postmodernism. Why postmodernism? Firstly, it is a literary theory prescribed for the English honor students and MA. And secondly, postmodernism, the term, in spite of its defined definition, exerts an enormous grief on our intellectual climate, and it has raised many questions about many contemporary issues. Well, as I already said, that it defies definition still. For some, it is a way of telling stories. For some, it is a hyperinflation of aesthetics. And for I have Hassan, it is an antinomian movement that assumes the unmaking of the first Western mind. But postmodernism can best be thought of as a mood arising out of the fall of grand narrative and welcoming the collapse of all foundational beliefs. It means that so far people believed in so many things, including God, and so many ideas that came from especially Enlightenment theory of the 18th century. Many people questioned them, but many people also argued for them. But postmodernism raised question in such a way that language itself got involved in it. Well, how? Postmodernism has been influenced by the earlier writers like Nietzsche and like-minded philosophers, thinkers, and so on. Nietzsche, who said, God is dead and we have killed God. And later, in the 1930s, Ferdinand Saussure, a great linguist, proposed that what has no meaning? Meanings are arbitrary. He said meaning emerges from difference. How? If I say, what is the definition of red or blue? You cannot offer any definition. It is red or blue because it is red because it is not blue, it is not white, it is not yellow, it is not black. So what remains is red. In this way, if I say house, what is the meaning of house? You will say a place to live in. Likewise, a palace, that is a place to live in. A hovel, that is a place to live in. A shanty, that is a place to live in. Even a hotel, that is a place to live in. So, living place have many names. But we don't know who, when, where, how gave the word house and how it came into the language. But Saussure says, though arbitrary, once fixed in language, it gets fixed and becomes permanent. Well, Saussure also said that sign means word. He doesn't use the word word. He says sign. It has two aspects. If I utter word, you hear the word, and at the same time, the image, if I utter the word water, you hear the word water, and at the same time, in your mind, the image of water comes up. So, the word water has two aspects. One sound aspect, another image aspect. The sound aspect is called the signifier, and the image aspect is called signified. Well, though arbitrary, but when fixed in a language, the signs give meaning. That is, signifier bears the meaning that we get. That is, if we say house, we imagine a place to live in. If we say watch, we imagine a machine or device to read the time. Well, in the 60s, the French critical writers or thinkers sought to revise these ideas along with many other ideas. They explored the language. They said especially Jacques Derrida, concerned with the theory of deconstruction, said that Saussure was wrong. He said, Saussure privileged speech over writing. Means, when someone speaking, the speaker's intention is identified to the meaning he means. However, before that I should say, Jacques Derrida also said that while we speak or write something, some essays, some discourse, there is an unseen presence of some idea, some ideology, some meaning, some truth, for which language functions as a subservient vehicle. And he said, so far the whole Western philosophy has been dominated by this unseen presence, which he calls logocentrism. And this logocentrism has made the whole thing wrong. And if once identified, and if it is deconstructed, means if the logocentrism, if the center of the thought, if the center of writing is removed, the whole text is deconstructed. It means the meaning intended by the author gets deconstructed and another meaning comes up. And again, in this way, we can deconstruct the text. And this goes on infinitely. That is, there is no text. Text exists in the wave of textuality. Well, the postmodernist says, if so, then so far, what have been said about so many things, especially the grand narrative, the foundational beliefs, all have been constructed. And these have been constructed socially. These are socially constructed ideas meant to exploit the people, meant to deform the truth, though they say there is no truth. They question the selfhood, they question truth, the postmodernist question truth, selfhood, and various beliefs. What is truth? There's no truth outside text, because they say if an word does not have exact meaning, then the words that make up language, that does not give us the exact truth. Language cannot, or language is not able to present a reality. So instead of wholeness, the postmodernist insists on fragmentation. And here comes the deconstruction of Jacques Derrida. Well, so as to the idea of grand narrative, they say these were coined to exploit people, and they were in complicity with the ruling power. It is the ruling power that needed to be fixed, that needed to be continued or perpetualized. And that's why so many philosophical theories, so many theories of politics and etc. were coined. But as I have already told, that language cannot hold the reality, or language cannot capture reality. It is the impossibility of language to give the truth. So there is no truth outside the text. And this, again, this idea has been exploited by Roland Barthes, another critical theorist, said that the author is dead. It does not mean that author is physically dead. That is, the text does not rely upon the intention of the author. Once the text is written, its meaning will be derived by the reader, and so the reader is newly born. Anyway, postmodernism has opened up vistas for questioning existing politics and many other contemporary issues that are burning in our society. So the political powers, the political parties offering various discourses in their narratives against each other are also constructed ideas. They're structured for their own purposes. We should make question why and what is the rationale behind such discourses, such narratives. Should we believe in them? No. And if we believe, why? The narrative offered by the political parties are actually for the betterment of the society? Or is there any hidden agenda behind it? We have to explore this. Postmodernism encourages us to do so. Thank you very much. After this, I don't know how much the viewers will like it. Anyway, I will talk about this in Bengali sometimes when I find time later. Thank you very much.